Hey everyone, Soundwave84 here with the Transformers Siege Review. And this episode we'll be looking at Voyager Class Optimus Prime. And look at his box. I actually do like the packaging and the artwork on these boxes are very, very nice. Yes. On the back, it shows lots of more detail of the figure, what you can get, what you can do with it, the Battle Masters, how they can plug into it. Ooh, 27 steps, a little more involved. Let's take a look. Here's the figure, Optimus Prime. Detailed, ooh, sculpting, nice. I actually wasn't a big fan of the battle wear or the battle damage when I first saw these figures when they were first teased. But in person, up close, in hand, it really doesn't stand out, and it's really not that bad, and actually just sort of blends in with the figure. Now, the sculpting on this figure, the detail is excellent. It is a very good rendition of a G1 Optimus Prime. At times, I look at him, he looks like he just stepped straight out of the cartoon, if that's even possible. For a Voyager Class Optimus Prime, he is excellent. Everything about him is spot on. He looks good. He's, what's the word I'm looking for? He doesn't look like a gorilla arms. He doesn't seem to be... He's in proportion with himself. He doesn't look out of proportion. He looks really, really good. He's even cleaned up on the back. Yes, he has a little bit of a backpack, but honestly, it's a non-factor. It cleans up well. I know it kind of hangs off slightly, but it's not that bad. But at least gives him a clean appearance in the back. And even his arm kibble is not that bad. But overall, the figure, like I said, is excellently detailed and excellently sculpted, and you can get this figure into lots of poses. Everything about it, I would say this is probably one of the best Optimus Primes I've ever held in my hand from Hasbro or Takara. Now, he comes with his trusty rifle, and you can just put this guy in poses galore, and he holds it beautifully. He's got lots of articulation. He's got the ankle tilts, everything. He holds it lovely. And if you have the Battle Masters, you can also add the little Battle Blast into Optimus Prime's gun and add more effects to your poses, which I love. He also comes with a shield, which you can plug into many of the plugs on these guys, which is there for the Battle Masters and playability. And he can help block battle shots, but also this thing will transform into a trusty battle axe. All I gotta do is fold down the handle and pop this in. Mine's a little crooked, so I gotta fix it here. And then you just want to take the sides here, and you want to pull out the axe. Excuse me, fix the camera. And just pull out the little pieces of the battle axe. Then you just plug into Optimus Prime's hands, and there you go. And Skull Cruncher does not stand a chance when Optimus Prime has his battle axe to his throat. Or his upper back. However he goes. But very nice. And if you want to get Prime some BFGs, just take the Micromasters, put them in their favorite 69 position, and there you go. BFGs. Now, like I said earlier, overall articulation on this figure is excellent. You got good shoulder movement up there. The shoulders are also rotated 360 around. You got deep elbow bends and a bicep swivel. Wrist swivels, thank you, Hasbro and Takara. About time, Transformers are back, baby. And you also got a waist swivel, which is nice. Even in that backpack, you can get a good waist swivel going on. And you can get out to here with his hips. Then he will kick back all the way to his little backpack and forward as far as it will allow. And then a very sexy and deep knee bend. And some luscious ankle tilts going on. Look at that. Luscious. And also, with articulation like this, it's easy to throw his legs into a quick pose. And he'll pretty much hold it, stand up. And there you go. Now onto the head articulation. Remember, you get a 360 all around. You can do the full Linda Blair. And you also can look up and down, but it's not very deep either way. It's very slight up and a very slight down. So that's probably one of my biggest complaints on the figure. But he actually has a neck in there, which I actually like that. If that hinders it, well, I'd rather have the neck and be hindered than have the full look up, look down, and see stuff I shouldn't see. Then his chest can open. No way, you can shove a little small matrix in there if you have one. But it's just a nice little feature. I like that. And if I forgot to show, he does have some knee swivels. Now let's compare him with other Optimus Prime. Here he is with the Classics Optimus Prime. Yes, they are virtually the exact same height. Now, I do think that Siege Prime pulls everything, and I said everything, off better in the looks department. He has less arm kibble hanging off. It's not so big and huge. His backpack, or his back kibble, is more clean and I think less intrusive. And it just looks better. He's also a little more slender, not as bulky, and he just looks more proportional than Classics Prime. I also love the head sculpt a lot more. The only thing that Classics has over it is it has better plastic. There he is with Siege Megatron. And I do think they look very good together. Megatron is, of course, wider than Optimus Prime, but they are pretty much exactly the same height. They do look good. Here he is with the Deluxe Groove, just give it height with the Deluxe, and also with a Battlemaster. I believe they call him Fire Drive now. I have to look at his packaging again. And here he is with Titan Class Predaking from Power of the Primes. And he just totally dwarfs Voyager Optimus Prime. But I do think the scale looks really good together. Now the transformation, build him his arms up at the elbows, fold these pieces around in front of his hands, open up his chest, fold in his head, raise his backpack, spin it at the swivel, raise it up high. Take the tabs at the back of his legs, they fold all the way around to the other side of themselves. Now spin his knees at the swivel. Take his tires, spin to the other side, raise up his knee pads, then tab his legs together. Then bend them at the waist till his waist looks like this. Take his tires, fold them down underneath. Take this piece here, raise it up, pull out the sides, pull out the bumper. Fold his arms, raise the arms tabs up to reveal the windows. Do the G1 transformation part, fold it in on itself. And take this part, come up and over, and it will tab into the sides. Close his windows. Tab those arm pieces onto the front bumper. Raise his tires up. Then fold his feet down. Then you'll tab in the leg pieces onto each side. Voila, you have Optimus Prime. Now I gotta say that the vehicle mode is probably the most disappointing feature of this toy. It has grown on me in the past week since I've had this figure. It is a nice rendition, or I say mix, of G1 and Cybertronian. The translucent blue on the windows is a nice touch. I do like that a lot. It has a lot more detailing and paint. And thank God there's no stickers. But you can see all the ports for the Battlemasters to plug into. You get back there on his pipes or smokestacks. You come back inside the leg. On the back of the cab, there's two on the top. There's ones on the side and the back part where the trailer hitch would go. So he can be armored up or weaponized. Now on to comparisons with Classics Optimus Prime. Now head on, it's not that noticeable that how much smaller he is, but when you get to the sides, you can tell that the Classics Optimus Prime is definitely more beefy and more thick. Has a little more height for some of the weapons there, adds height to the top of him. Of course, the plastic on the Classics is, I'd say, more solid and heavier than what you're going to get here on the Siege Optimus Prime. But I would say that the Siege Optimus Prime's plastic does feel better than some of the past Voyager class Transformers we have gotten. Now, so overall, I prefer the Siege Optimus Prime just based on the looks because it's a little more G1-ish, I would say. It's a tad bit shorter in length. But overall, I don't think it's that much smaller that it should raise alarm bells. Look at how he compares with the G1 Classic. And then, like I said, you can take the Battlemasters and you can weaponize them. When you get COG and all them out, you can weaponize them even further. You can stick his rifle on the side, you got Fire Drive up top, and you have his battle axe in the back. Optimus Prime is armored up and ready to go. I'll talk about overall opinion of this figure. I think the vehicle mode is probably the biggest letdown, but like I said, it is a nice mixture of G1 and Cybertronian. Now, the robot mode is the standout of the figure, and it is excellent. I want to say this is probably the best Voyager Class Optimus Prime. He poses well, he looks the part, he is excellent in every way. I do not think you'd be disappointed at all if you had this figure in your collection. He, to me, is a must-have, and this Siege line is appearing to be awesome. So, thanks for watching. Until next one, peace out.